We are in step number 16, where I showed you yesterday. And we're going to be putting down these little pieces here. Or at least I'm just going to sort of be doing it off camera, as I mentioned. However, there was something that I had really wanted to mention in yesterday's episode, and I completely forgot about it. In fact, I had even written it down so I wouldn't forget, and then I forgot. And that is, when I was working here on step 14 and putting down all these little mushroom vents and what have you, I think there was like almost 30 little pieces that I put down. And in some places, you follow along and you've got four or five lines real close together, and as you're following them down, at least I did, I found that I was losing which line I was following on, and where did it end? Like did this piece go here, or was it one of the ones that went all the way down here? And what I found really helped was if I laid a ruler right along against the line that I was gonna follow, and that way I was able to not lose track of it as easily. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that because I do know that there are at least one person is going to be probably coming to this step very shortly, and if he's got the same manual I've got, his eyes are going to cross when he tries to figure this out. Now, I know I said that I wasn't going to do any videoing, or at least very much, and I haven't. I have just put on approximately 30-something pieces just now in step 16. And this is the very last piece. And I'm going to put the macro lens on for this one. And we'll use our special CA applicator with the custom-made valve. At least we'll try. Okay, we'll just move this back out of the way here. You can see where it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go right there. Okay, and to release the pressure. Okay, now I've squeezed off the hose. I just realized I'm bumping the camera. Here's the piece we just put on right here. Now, the valve works really well. I'm quite happy with the valve. It's the holder that I've got rigged up here that needs work. That's a little bit makeshifty, but and I have found that I have to squeeze the bottle at the same time as I open the valve. But the main thing is, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, the main thing is it shuts off as soon as you pinch it shut again with the clothespin. Anyway, and I've been hanging it upside down like this, the idea being that it'll keep the CA glue down in the tube. At least that's the theory. Okay, that's it for 16. "17. Make 35. So we've got to make 35 of these. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm not going to show it being nipped off the sprue. I'm just going to do it, get them done. The next time you see them, they should be, they should be ready to glue on. Now, since I said I'm going to take a break, I have put on here 97 little pieces, or is it 96? It's 96 or 97. There's one left to go. It's this one right here. And It goes in this slot right here. We'll put the macro lens on and get a close-up look at it to see what it looks like. But it's hard to believe there's that many pieces here. They just sort of blend right in and you can hardly see them unless you look in a particular spot. Then you're going to see the detail. Anyway, yeah, 97 pieces. Where are they? Anyway, let's put on the macro lens and, this one right here. There was no little slot, like you see there's a slot right here? Well, for this one here, there was no slot. And I had to nip off the little peg that's supposed to go in the square hole and just put it down on the deck as best I could. I think I pretty much got it right. Maybe Jim Steen or maybe Scott, you folks have this same ship. Were you missing a slot, so to speak? Anyway, let's put on the macro lens here. Now, another thing that I was noticing is that the slots, it wasn't a case of noticing, it was a case of I found, they were a little bit too tight. I think the Trumpeter could have made them just a little bit bigger. And I was finding that in order to get the peg to fit in the slot, you had to put a little bit of weathering. And if you didn't do this, most of the time they wouldn't go. Whoops. Okay, there's the last one. Now, if you're wondering what those little cabinets are for, well, actually, they weren't so little. They were probably about 6-7 feet tall or more. I could measure them, I guess, and multiply it by 200 and find out. So as I was sitting here at the computer right now editing out our little short video for today, I thought, I wonder how tall they really were. I should go back to the model table and figure it out. So I did. And they work out to about 450 thousandths of an inch. And that in real life would work out to 90 inches tall, or 7.5 feet. Now, when you realize that those little boxes that we were looking at there were 7.5 feet tall, you know, that's like a huge refrigerator, or bigger. Yeah, way bigger than a huge refrigerator. Anyway, it gives you an idea of how big our hood really was in real life. But they were a good-sized cabinet, and they were all over this shelter deck, or boat deck. And yeah, so I got curious, what are they? So I looked them up in John Roberts' book. Okay, if we find the little box on the plan here, on the drawing, and then check to see which it corresponds to here, it says number 22. So the number 22s, if you go over here, are called Night Lifebuoy. So I went on the internet to try and figure out, you know, what's a night lifebuoy? And the only thing I could conclude is it was a life ring that was designed to be seen at night. I don't know if it had sort of chemical phosphorus or something that would glow or what it was. It's kind of hard to, you know, figure it out. Anyway, it's a night lifebuoy cabinet, and there was a lot of them. I know when I was first putting these on, I was thinking it's probably for life jackets, but I guess maybe back in the 30s or in early 40s when ships like this were common, life rings or life buoys were much more common than life jackets. Maybe on the British ships anyway. I don't know. I'm not gonna try and give out false information here. And there goes my clock ringing 2 o'clock. So I think I'm going to cut this episode off here. Well, first of all, let me get my wheel. That thing stops gonging here so I can hear myself think. Okay, maybe we'll just flip the page and see what the next step is, because we are now done the last step. What was it, 16? Where's my manual? No, we have done 18. We are now on 19. Okay, 19 has something to do with the breakwater. Well, we'll check into that. All being well, we'll see you tomorrow, and thanks for watching.